So, all right, you're going to just deal with the consequences that you find yourself in, right? You assess the potential danger that could take place if you step this way, and you deal with it accordingly. She an anarchist, so whatever happens, happens, and don't go in there saving her. That's a dangerous mind state to have, bro.
I can't tell you all the reasons. For example, the hijab is mentioned in the Quran, why the hijab is prescribed.
I thought it wasn't.
No, the hijab, that particular, it says فَلَا يُؤْذَيْنَ. So the reason why, one of the reasons behind it is so that women don't get exploited by men.
But
one of the
why
reasons behind
wouldn't we
it.
focus on the men exploiting?
We are as well, because there's a whole injunction for men to lower their gaze. And so there's another injunction for women to protect themselves, in a sense.
But if men are lowering their gaze, then why would women have to cover
They're not.
their
That's the problem. We're not lowering our gaze.
And why is it that like women wouldn't be attracted to men and look at men in a sexual way the same
Well,
way?
that's the thing. We go back to our biology, psychology, and physiology. We're saying that we're different. Men and women are fundamentally. Pardon?
I have a libido.
Yes, but it's not the same.
Libido.
It's not the same as the man's libido. Whatever you want to do, it's not going to be the same.
That's a very general statement.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying it's less or more. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying it's. You're going red, my friend. Listen, I'm not saying it's less or more. Yeah, I'm not saying it's more intense or less intense. I'm just saying it's different. Would you agree with that? Most studies that I've looked at,
I don't believe in just two genders.
Well, look, most studies that I've looked at have shown that
go.
men have more of an instant impulse, whereas women are more slow burners, if you like. So
I think that has to do more with some socialization that's happening, especially today.
No, I don't think so. I think generally speaking, women are more.
But she's definitely wrong. But why is irrelevant? Who cares why it is that way? It is that way. We need to do things about it.
Slow burners when it comes to sexual activity,
Facts.
whereas men are more instantly activated.
I
Facts.
think we want to say that, and that's why we don't have a positive word to discuss women who like to have sex with multiple partners or lots of sex with
We
one
do.
partner.
We have that. We have those words.
What's that word?
It's a whore.
In English, I'm talking
religion.
Polygamy.
It's in your creed, you can't change it.
No.
Yeah,
Polygamy.
it's not for a man. Polygyny is for a man.
No.
Yes. Polygyny is for a man, right? Yes. Get the dictionary. Polygamy is for men and women, both of them.
Yeah, I'm talking more about polyamory.
Yeah, that polyandry as well. That's for women specifically.
No. Polyandry is for women to have multiple husbands.
Yes.
I'm
So
talking
there is a
about
word.
polyamory.
What's that?
Polyamory is literally polyamory, the love for more than one person.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Sounds good.
So no, but
Check it
so
out.
we do have the word there. What's the problem?
No, I'm not talking about the concept of being able to do that. I'm saying, what do you call a woman in the most positive way possible who enjoys having sex a lot?
It's nothing positive. She wanted to be positive. Nothing positive. Because it'd be positive from your fellow women, but I mean, at the end of the day, unless you are a homosexual, you're not going to deal with men. If you're going to deal with men, you're never going to get anything positive from that. Come on, man. Here we go. Trying to change the world, trying to make it fit to make you feel better about the moves you make. You just, the world we live in, and women can't move that way.
Why?
There's only one word, and it's a terrible word.
Whore. It's a whore,
So I'm
man.
not going to repeat it.
No.
And what do you call a
By
man
the way,
who
it's-
likes to have lots of sex?
The fucking man.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There is a
Look. Let me tell you something.
Wait, but you
Islamically,
didn't tell me.
I don't know.
It is
In
what it
English.
is, man. The double
Yeah, in
standard is
English.
real.
I don't know.
I don't know if you have
Usually
those
it's
words
negative.
in
He's
Arabic.
smiling. I think he knows.
No, look, I'm not
joking.
disagreeing with you
I'm
on this.
teasing. Sure.
This is a point of agreement. I think this is not a point of disagreement. I agree that when women do it and whatever men do, that's a point of agreement. It's not disagreement. What I'm gonna say to you
And then, like, you
is
see
that
how she fit that in there too. She definitely has an agenda of what she's talking about, because this is not at all what he was talking about, but she brought it that way. You know what I mean? It's irrelevant. I would assume she's speaking for herself.
generally speaking, things like polygamy, the hijab, all of those things are in a sentence explained by the fact that there are differences.
He's going to say it's your genetics, basically. That's it.
But there are differences, but like, so what?
Okay.
Why would that?
That's exactly the argument of the feminists.
Why would that relegate
Sorry.
a woman to have to cover her entire body?
Let me ask
or
you then.
cover her
Good.
face?
Good.
Why?
Let me ask you a question. Why are
It's
we?
the same argument that people give for women who
that's
like,
a very,
what are you wearing?
No. That's very good. Yeah. Now we're going somewhere. So you're saying there are differences, but we should disregard the differences.
Not disregard them. But
So what should we do? What should we do with the differences? How should we account them?
It's the same way that I think that what a woman wears in the street should not determine whether she's rapeable or not. We should be, or my father wanted to keep me in the house when I was young because he was so afraid that I would be assaulted. And instead, he should have been out on the streets talking to the young men who might want to assault me. Yeah. He should be speaking to those men. The men should be speaking to other men. It shouldn't be about keeping women in the house and keeping them covered while they walk
No
the
problem.
streets.
I'm asking a
That
second
argument
question.
is
Yeah, I got
ridiculous.
that. Okay. I got that argument. I understand it.
That argument.
What I'm asking you is
that argument is ridiculous, and that argument is dangerous for women that have that take on it, man. Like, this ain't a utopia, bro. Like, there's evil people out here, regardless who they are, what the fuck they identify as. Like, bad is bad, and if you're a woman and you run into a bad man, you're gonna find yourself in a messed up situation. Like, wave a wand and get all men to be good people. It doesn't work that way. You just want to be allowed to do what you want to do and not find yourself in unsafe situations, but that's not reality. That is a ridiculous ass, dangerous ass take to have. You need to hold all the men. Well, we do need to hold all the men accountable, and we do. After they do whatever it is they do to you, and hopefully they get arrested, then justice will be served. But you'll still be a victim of it because you're a woman. It's like, logically, that, like, it you know what I'm saying? It's like, essentially, I want to walk through this tiger park with a meat suit on, and I don't want the tigers to touch me. So tell these tigers not to touch me. No, they see you walking this shit with a meat suit on, they gonna fuck you up. What you talking about, right? So you, like, come on, man, you gonna walk down the middle of a damn alley 3 a.m. with some lingerie on and just hope all the dudes are good people? Come on, man. And I mean, I'm not religious fool. I don't know anything about the Quran. I understand his explanation of the hijab, though, right? Men are much more physical, larger, stronger, faster, all that, bro. Women are going to be victims when those two collide, bro. So, and a hijab is there to protect a vulnerable woman from an attacking man, right? We're not limited. You can do what you want to do. You can take it off, but you're gonna have to deal with what happens after the case. And if you had that shit on, you wouldn't have found yourself in a situation. If you hadn't walked down that alley in the middle of the night, you wouldn't have found yourself in a situation. If you didn't walk in that damn park with all them tigers, you wouldn't have got fucked up. This argument is stupid.
we agree that there are differences. There are two ways we're dealing with this.
Yeah, but I think
We can
we
either-
disagree about those differences.
We either accept those differences and account for them, or disregard.
And then hold on, and then like his explanation about little men being more impulsive and instantaneous compared to women. Women tend to be more slow burners and shit, especially like in the sexual dynamic. That tends to be the truth. It takes a while, more often than not, to get a woman where she needs to be compared to a man. A man, they ready to get it in. You know what I'm saying? But even if you have women out here who respond like men, these men are not, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Women are not going to be victimizing men the same way. Men don't need to wear hijabs because you got women out here with libidos and make them respond instantaneously. No, but women attack a man 9 times out of 10, that women going to get fucked up. So there's no need for hijab. There's no need to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that argument was stupid too. It literally makes no sense. Regardless of where you sit on the spectrum, it literally makes no sense.
Those differences. What should we do?
Well, there's a mid-ground. I don't think you can
What's
say-
the middle ground? Tell me what the middle ground is.
I don't know. I just feel like if we're smart enough to be able to develop books and laws that are gonna dictate how we live our lives, we can develop something that doesn't say that women have to behave a certain way in order to stop themselves from being raped.
Christina,
Yeah, what you mean? You do. There are laws written. If a dude attacks you, he goes to jail. But you probably shouldn't. You go out in the middle of the night, like I said, you probably should have somebody with you. You probably have some spray with you or something, because there's bad people out there, right?
It's a freedom of expression.
but Christina, you see, the question I'm asking you is very profound. And you know, it's actually the building. Look, I want you to understand something, right? Before we can't build castles on thin air, okay? Arguments are
We
like,
can build them on sand, though.
right, yeah, no, it will be weak foundations.
I'm from the beach, though, but I've seen castles built on sand.
No, what I'm saying, maybe they're sand castles. What I'm talking about here is, if we want to have a coherent, logical understanding of why we're doing certain things, we have to actually have a foundation which is quite solid and firm. So here, as we can see here, we've identified that there are differences between men and women. Now we've seen that there are.
She hasn't identified them, no, but clearly there are.
Two ways of dealing with those things. In a nutshell, you can either account for those differences or disregard those differences. Now, I'm asking you, what should we do?
Well, the thing
And
is,
why?
Because,
And why as well?
Because I don't agree that it's about differences. What I believe is that
It's not about what you believe, about what it is.
Men have an ego problem,
Okay.
and they have a jealousy problem, and they view women as
Why is that a problem?
And they view women as their property.
Okay, maybe
So,
that's...
not only do they not want to see, I think it's just about them not wanting
That
to
could
have
also- I mean,
their
women
property
also are like that.
violated by another man.
Okay,
That's what I think.
that stuff I agree with,
It
no
has
problem.
nothing to do with protecting women.
Me and you agree with the same thing. All right, no.
It has nothing to do with protecting women. I mean, if you see it that way, then, I mean, it is what it is. It's clearly not the case, though. And then the man is going to want to protect his woman. And then what she said, jealousy and something. Oh, yeah. I want to see if he can change her mind. He ain't, though.
No problem. We all agree with that.
You agree?
Yeah.
That
We have
men
that
an
issue.
ego
Yes,
problem,
yes.
And they walk
Definitely.
around doing
100%.
But he's
dick
saying-
competition.
He's
Yes.
definitely saying something differently to you.
Yeah, I'm
He's talking about genetic differences as well, and you can't exclude that.
what I'm saying is, what should we do with biological, psychological, and
You
physiological?
shouldn't agree with her on that. That's cap, man. That's not the case. She internalizes it that way. You're limiting what I can do because men are. And in what context? Like, if a man's jealous, then that means that you're with that man. Well, all women are required to. Well, not all women. I don't know how it is now, but the hijab was placed for women to wear, regardless if they were single or not, right? For the protection of womanhood against men that could prey on them. It has nothing to do with jealousy or any of that. And then, come on, man, women are just as jealous as men are. Tell me I'm lying.
Biological differences. Should we take them into consideration or should we disregard them?
No, we should take them into consideration.
Okay,
but that doesn't
perfect.
mean
How?
that women
How?
would
How?
have to dress in a particular way.
why are you
because
dictating that?
men can't control them.
So how do we dictate?
We
I
don't.
don't
we
know
should
if
do?
anyone should dictate. I'm an anarchist. Like, I don't even like that label either. Like, I don't want anybody
You
to
want
Anarchist.
dictate
freedom of
anything
expression,
to
you
me.
want to wear
So,
what you
all
want.
right, you're going to just deal with the consequences that you find yourself in, right? You assess the potential danger that could take place if you step this way and you deal with it accordingly. She an anarchist, so whatever happens, happens, and don't go in there saving her. That's a dangerous mind state to have, bro.
Do you want a man to dictate what you wear?
The thing is, I
Yes
have
or
to
no?
change the way that I dress because I don't want that kind of attention, and I don't want to live in a world where I have to wear a hijab or a burqa or sweatpants.
No problem. I'm not telling you to do that, by the
to
way.
avoid harassment by men.
No problem. But you live in a world. Let me put it in a very straightforward parable for you, right? We live in a world.
Flashbacks. Oh shit. Okay.
He got attacked, right, last Sunday.
I gotta say last Sunday.
Oh, that was just last Sunday.
Okay,
I
perfect.
missed it, but
He provoked that attack. Well, we're going to go in there.
With this.
He said he was going to apologise.
I provoked him with this.
you were wearing this.
No, I put it on when I saw that they all want to attack me.
It's his
Why did they
fault.
want to attack
It's
you?
I'll come to that after. We'll talk about it afterwards, yeah? Let's go back to our discussion. The point.
I've
Listen,
seen-
listen.
Go on.
Go back to our discussion. Our discussion is.
But you agreed with me that
What?
the reason that we feel like women are supposed to be treated a certain way is because men can't control their egos and their jealousy, and they feel that women are their property.
Do you know what? Okay.
But he's saying it's genetic.
Right. You know, there's a presupposition in what you're.
That genetically men
what he's saying.
feel jealous.
All
No,
those
look,
things.
look. There's
possessive.
There's a presupposition in what you're saying, which is that you define them as problems. You could define them as either.
Street harassment is a problem.
Just 2 minutes. All right, 2 minutes.
Don't worry, I gotta go too. So.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Let me finish this. A presupposition is
He's
the way.
the political wing over there.
Come on,
But you
man.
see,
Let him
this-
finish, bro. God
Yeah.
damn.
Look, listen for a second. There's a presupposition, and it's the same one that de Beauvoir uses. Yeah, she in her chapter of biology she talks about how men are possessive and these
Simone
things.
de Beauvoir, aren't you?
Yeah, no, because she's mainstream, so I like to. I'm
You
not
don't talk
gonna.
about Sartre much, though, do you?
But read some
I know,
black
such as
feminists,
pretty
some
anti-ism.
womanists.
I
Like,
have,
you'd have a
I
different.
have read some black
For who?
feminists, like Ngoni, what's her name? Ngoza, whatever her name is. She
Yeah.
wrote some little books.
Yeah, but she writes fiction. I'm talking. Oh no,
No,
but
she
why
doesn't.
everyone
Come
should
on,
be a
She wrote
That's why
the
everyone
Feminist
should
Manifesto,
remember
like why everyone should be a feminist, whatever. Anyways, look, going back.
She's very mainstream too. Like,
Okay, I've looked at her
read
stuff.
some of
She's more. I would say she's more fair.
it.
Yeah.
Red Bell Hooks.
No, not yet.
Audrey Lorde.
All right, man. Y'all taking too goddamn long with this. It's a lost cause with that. Well, I want to finish it and see what the hell. But they keep fucking blowing all off.
Audrey Lorde.
I've come across some of her stuff, but I haven't read her books
Burton, yeah.
yet. To a reading.
He's not.
To a reading, not to.
It's like, that's my book, all I need. So you're not that person.
Yeah, all right. Oh, thank you for that.
I think he
So I was saying to you, look,
we'll come to that
the presupposition is how men is, should be disregarded, or should be seen as negative, or should be, or is the problem of men. Okay, so it's a problem for us.
It's really the problem of women. It's men.
So now, but how do we solve this problem? We've got men, let's say, that are, have certain traits that are differentiated from women. That we want to do this and we want to do that. We're more polygamous with this, we're that. We're more aggressive. 99.9% of people in prison are men. Whatever, yeah, all of those things.
Yeah, but
he wants doctrine.
So what do we do with that?
Doctrine solves that.
How do we prescribe? What do we?
I would not agree with that at all.
What I'm saying is, what is the solution? What is your solution for it? Have you got a solution for it?
Education.
For how
Education.
men wouldn't assault women.
Education, right?
Like,
Education.
It's going to happen regardless.
To teach children to treat women with respect.
It's going to happen regardless. You can teach men the right thing to do. It's going to happen regardless. It's going to happen regardless. There's bad people. It's not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. That's such a stupid ass argument.
Men to be treated with respect.
Let's say education is a good thing, and we agree with it.
It's not going to fix
no
anything.
problem.
Yeah.
No, let's do education. But what I'm saying is this: if you're saying that women will be exploited by men, and let's be, sexually this is
You're not
whatever.
going to eradicate all of it.
No problem. Shouldn't women take precautions?
Yeah, but precautions doesn't mean that we should stay home.
I'm not saying
and
that.
Dress in a
I'm not. No, but
way.
what I am saying is this: what precautions have proved to be more successful?
I don't think wearing those clothes has been very successful.
No, but let me ask you a question.
I go out in the street with baggy jeans and whatever, and like
no.
Matter.
But let me once again, right?
She ain't listening.
Precautions which prevent.
And as I said, was education, and you're saying education.
Education ain't gonna fix anything.
So would you? Do you agree? Do you agree?
Don't you think men can say, inherently, biologically, I really just want to ravage a woman when I see her. But you know what? I won't do that.
No, I
because
it has nothing to do with education.
I mean,
Can I interject?
I wish I could
freedom of
talk to her.
speech to be who you are as a man biologically, but actually you cannot infringe upon my rights to be a woman. And we're different.
Yeah, I get it. But sorry, just one
Muslims
point.
have actually asked me. They've said, "Why don't I rape? If I'm not religious, if I have no morals, I'm an atheist. Why don't I rape?" It's a very interesting thing. Yeah, they asked me that, as if I have no innate morality, which I do.
If you do, you got to ask where it came from. All right. So if
Evolution, my friend. But we'll have that discussion another time.
Evolution. That's a different case. All right. So in a nutshell, in one word, we would say that one measure which forces men not to look at women. Hold on. It does. A certain. If we're saying that you don't want men to look at you as commodities or objectify you, right?
I don't want my freedoms limited because of how men are. I mean, a woman could attack you. I keep saying the same shit over and over again, though. Like, there's no solution to it. Do what you want. Just deal with what comes with it. Do what you want.
One measure that forces that is privatization of the ornaments.
She's an anarchist, though,
it
so
forces
she's not
that.
trying to do that shit.
You can't feast on or exploit that which you can't see.
I saw women wearing.
You see what I'm saying?
Wearing jalabas that really showed their beautiful curves.
Anyways.
I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
Mohammed, pleasure.
I don't.
She's whack. She's whack. How many women out here you think have that mind state, though, today? It's dangerous, bro. And then some shit happened to him who you think she's going to rely on to come and save her ass. As anarchist and as feminist as she is. Who's she going to expect to come in there and save her ass?